Hi, Bill Gasarch, University of Maryland, first timer, honored to be here. So my talk's on the border between recreational and serious mathematics. Some tell me there is no border. I'm not going to debate that, but we'll see my example and see what's up. Yeah. So first off, here's the square theorem from so-called serious math. Take there's a large number. For any number c, say 2, 3, whatever. There's a number s, quite large probably, so that no matter how you c-color the s by s grid, you're guaranteed a monochromatic square, as written there. So that's a green. That's G, 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 all green. And serious math is that there's a bound. The proof gives you a very large bound on S of C. It's not even primitive cursive. Don't worry about that. A more recent proof got the bound to be only 2 to the 2 to the O of C. That's smaller. But computer work, however, showed that S of 2 equals 15, meaning, so more concretely, no matter how you two-color the 15 by 15 grid, there's going to be a monochromatic square in there someplace. Good to know. That's a hard theorem, though. That's perhaps called serious math, a branch of Ramsey theory. Now, here's a more, I would call this more recreational math, the rectangle theorem. For all C, there's number R, so no matter how you c-color the R by R grid, you get a monochromatic rectangle. You might say correctly, that's a subcase of the previous theorem. That's true. But this you can prove. This, I believe that if you're bored with my talk already, you can actually prove this on your own during my talk. And in fact, you can prove that R of C is less than O of C squared, small. R of 2 is 5. That was done without computer work. R of 3 is 11. That had a little computer work. And R of 4 and beyond I'll do soon. But the point is for now, though, that the square theorem is so-called serious math, where the rectangle theorem is so-called recreational math, in my opinion. Okay, so 4 colorings. So we have R of 2 and R of 3. At one time, we knew that 16 was between, R of 4 was between 16 and 19. We had a reason to think that R of 4 was 19. That is, we had a reason to think no matter how you 4-color the 19 by 19 grid, you would get a monochromatic rectangle, but there was a 4-coloring of the 18 by 18 grid where you would not. We thought that was true. We could not prove that, so we did the obvious thing. We posed a challenge with money. The 17 by 17 challenge, I put up my blog, said if you can give me a 4-coloring of 17 by 17, which you didn't have, I will give you $289. Wow. Not the Millennium Prize, but you do what you can. Okay, and did it work? It did. On February 1st, 2012, so 3 years later, 2 people from Germany, Bernard Steinbach and Christine Pontoff, solved it, and they did indeed collect the bounty. Okay, they also gave me, I was not surprised, but I thought correctly that if you can do 17 by 17, then you'd have the technology and mathematics to do further than that. And in fact, they did do also 18 by 18 for free. And so now we do know that R of 4 is at least 19, so indeed, we now know R of 4 equals 19. That was computer work. Whether you want to call it recreational or not is more a matter of debate, but that was done, though. And more is known. So that was just, so to recap this, so now we know that for, say, 4-coloring, no matter how you 4-color 19 by 19, you get a monochromatic rectangle. There is a coloring of 18 by 18 where you don't. What about other grids, 3 by 9, 4 by 17, things like this? Well, more is known. For a 2-coloring, it's known that you can color a grid without rectangle. Let's call it coloring. You can 2-color a grid that is without monorectangles if the grid does not contain any of 3 by 7, 5 by 5, or 7 by 3. You can a grid is 3-colorable if it does not contain any of these, 19 by 4, 16 by 5, etc., and the reverse. And we do have a complete characterization. You can 4-color a grid if it does not contain one of these, 41 by 5, 31 by 6, down to 20 by 11, and the reverses. These proofs use combinatorics, finite fields, and some computer work. Is it recreational? I leave that to you. Okay, open. We don't know about R of 5 and beyond. That will probably be more computer work and less recreational, but again, it's not clear what the difference really is. Also, we want to characterize 5-coloring and rectangles. We want to characterize, we have tools. We had a lot of tools, mathematical tools, theorems, that got us a lot of our results, but not all of them. We had a lot of tools in some special cases. We want more tools and less special cases. That would be serious math. And we want to go back and study the square theorem. So I want to make the square theorem fun. I want to have a nice proof of it, more computer work, characterize it, but I believe the square theorem can be made fun if it is not already fun.